Lawrence with this expanded local newscast. We stream to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Could a new City Hall building be something in the immediate future for the city of Clinton? That is what officials are trying to determine on the WHOW Morning Show Wednesday. City Administrator Taylor Baxter told Regional Radio the city is working with an architect on a request for a proposal for what a new City Hall would have to look like.
There has been, yes, and it is progressing. We've actually gotten to the point where the council gave me approval to put out an RFP for a design build. So what that would look like is, the companies that have come in and talked to me about this, and then I haven't received any of the bids back yet. I think they're due at the beginning of June, so pretty shortly. But I've had meetings with contractors and engineering firms, and they've kind of looked at what does Clinton have right now, a mini needs assessment, what are our deficiencies, and then what they're going to do is we've broken it up into two phases. They're going to bid on phase one, and that's going to include a mock design. We don't have a site location picked out yet, but hey, here's really the square footage that you guys are needing, and this is what a site could potentially look like. And then after that, we would go into phase two and figure out where a site location would be. We'd pick out a firm spot, and then the facility would be designed to fit that space. So it's more concrete, whereas right now it's just the concept, working on it, and estimated costs. So
currently, most city services are housed in one facility. The city administration's water, fire, and police, according to Baxter, that would be the plan for a new facility as well. He says the city would like to keep itself close to downtown because of the network connection with the county building. Space, however, is limited in that part of the city, but Baxter says they have a few ideas in mind.
Yeah, we've had preliminary discussions about one in particular, and this is, just we're trying to be as close as we can to the DeWitt County building, because with our police department, we actually have a underground fiber connection that connects right to the Emergency Operations Center, and that's vital for our police department to be as close as possible for that connection. Now, there is the ability to go underground, all of that stuff, but we want to be as close as we can, not only for police, but for response times with the fire department, for residents that maybe aren't able to drive to the outskirts of town to pay their water bill or have questions at City Hall. And if you look at downtown, there's not a whole lot of open space. We have had preliminary discussions with the Warner Foundation about the Prairie Passage location. There's been nothing confirmed with that. There's, just, hey, what could that look like? Would you guys be open to it?
Issues with City Hall's elevators have led to the conversation about a new City Hall facility. A substantial amount in the city's reserves would allow them to afford a project like this. The reserves may not cover the entire cost. However, Baxter says they have financial options.
Yes, so that is a great question, and the city has built up some reserves, and Clint has done a great job. Clint Lichtenwalter is our city treasurer, and put the city in a very good position financially to be able to do a facility such as this. From talking, it's going to be obviously a multi-million-dollar deal. Anywhere from the $10 to $15 million range is what I've kind of heard, just preliminary talks. Again, we don't know that, but we have the ability to go out for bonds, municipal bonds, and issue those. So there's some different strategies that us as the city has the ability to find some additional funding, as far as utilizing our reserves, but also issuing bonds and things of that nature to help support it.
Baxter says the city continues to conduct its business in the lower level of the fire station on Tuesday evenings. The Clinton Board of Education Tuesday night approved pay increases for its substitute teachers and support professionals. On the WHOW Morning Show Wednesday, Superintendent of Clinton Schools, Kurt Nettles, told Regional Radio substitute teachers' pay will go up. Subs that are retired teachers will receive a little extra, while subs that fill in more than 10 consecutive days will see their pay increase on the 11th day.
Well, first of all, substitute teacher pay is going to go up. We're going to raise that by, I believe, $10 and $15 per day. So somebody that's going to substitute teach is going to get $120 a day. If you're a retired teacher from the district, it's $125 a day. And if someone subs 10 consecutive days The 11th day, it's going to go up to $130 a day, because sometimes we need those subs a little bit longer term if there's a medical leave or maternity leave or something of that nature. And we're trying to compete with other districts, so this has somewhat become a bidding war. And it's fair. I mean, everybody knows that we have people that sub every day, some because they want something to do, some because they like the extra money, and some because it's a job. And that's their part of helping bring home the bacon, so to speak, to their family. So we all know gas is, I don't know what it is in town today, probably $3.60 something. And I don't do all the shopping for us, but I know prices are up. It's inflation. We're going to have to pay to keep good people.
The Board of Education Tuesday night did not discuss the teacher pay issue much at all. He encourages community members who have questions about anything on the board agendas to reach out to him or contact your local board member.
I think one of the things that is important in this situation is, in between board meetings, I feed the board a lot of information. They get updates on a weekly basis from myself and Mr. Goebel on the financial side, the facility side, and the teaching and learning side, or just basic operations of things. So they get a lot of information every week, and they've read about it. They've had a chance to ask me or Mr. Goebel questions, personal conversations, maybe one-on-one with each other and things like that. But when it comes to the board meeting, that's kind of the time to just take care of business.
Nettle says they do a comparison to find out what other districts around Clinton pay and to keep up so they can attract and retain substitute teachers. Get news anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com. A look at local sports comes your way now.
MR Systems Wireless is your local internet provider for Clinton and surrounding area. They have the products you want and the local service you deserve. MR Systems Wireless Internet service for home or business includes unlimited data, unlimited streaming, and unlimited calling. Plans start at just $48 a month and get a free Roku 4Ls with our media packages. Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
With SRN Sports, I'm Jeremy House. In the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, the Florida Panthers blanked the New York Rangers at Madison Square Garden.
The Panthers got the game and the Eastern Conference Final off to a positive start by blanking the Rangers 3-0 in Game 1 at Madison Square Garden. Matthew Tkachuk put Florida up 1-0 at 16:26 of the first period, a goal that stood alone for the next 40 minutes. The Panthers finally built on that lead with less than 4 minutes remaining in the game when Carter Verhaeghe's pass was accidentally redirected into the Ranger goal by New York's Alexis Lafreniere. Sam Bennett sealed the victory with an empty netter. Sergei Bobrovsky stopped all 23 Ranger shots, including breakaways by Braden Schneider and Will Cooley. Tom Merriam, New York.
In the NBA playoffs, Luka Doncic had 15 of his 33 points in the fourth quarter to lift the Dallas Mavericks to a 108-105 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. This is SRN Sports. Major League Baseball, the Cleveland Guardians score runs in their last 3 at-bats to finish up a sweep.
The Guardians completed a 3-game sweep with a 6-3 downing of the Mets. The Guardians trailed 3-0 in the 6th until Andres Jimenez belted a 3-run homer against the team that traded him to Cleveland. Jonathan Rodriguez singled home David Fry for the go-ahead run in the 7th off loser Reed Garrett. Jose Ramirez and Kyle Manzardo added RBI doubles in the 8th. Hunter Gaddis got the win and Caden Smith gained the save. The Mets lost for the 10th time in 13 games despite homers by Pete Alonso, Harrison Bader, and Jeff McNeil. I'm Dave Ferry.
Other interleague winners included Minnesota, Philadelphia, Colorado, while St. Louis took 2 from Baltimore. In the National League, winners were Miami, San Diego, Atlanta, San Francisco, and Arizona. In the American League, winners included the LA Angels, Kansas City, Boston, Seattle, and the Chicago White Sox. This is SRN Sports.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. Ike Young was brilliant as the junior went the distance in Monticello's 2-0 win over Westville Wednesday in Class 2A high school baseball sectional semifinal action from Millikan University. Young struck out 11 in 7 innings of 4-hit ball. He walked 1, Jacob Long hit a 2-run triple in the third inning for the only scoring for the Sages. Luke Teschke had 2 hits and a run scored for Monticello. Cam Steinbaugh struck out 11 in 7 innings of 2-run ball as the Tigers in the tough luck loss. Drew Wichtowski was 2 for 3 for Westville. Westville, who won a regional for the first time in 30 years, finished its season 25-6 overall. Monticello goes to 31-4. They will take on Maroa-Forsyth for a sectional championship on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Hear Saturday's action on 95.9 FM WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com. Mount Pulaski scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning and escaped Armstrong-Potomac 5-1 in Class 1A sectional semifinal action from Arcola Wednesday afternoon. Tyler Cross drove in 2 with a base hit in the 9th inning. Luke Martin added an RBI on a bases-loaded walk in the frame. Chance Payne went 7 innings, allowing an unearned run on 4 hits with 14 strikeouts. He was also 1 for 4 with an RBI. Mount Pulaski moves to 26-3 overall. They will go for a sectional championship Saturday in Arcola. Tate Brandenburg's bases clearing double capped a 4-run 6th inning that broke open a Class 2A sectional semifinal game as Maroa-Forsyth took down St. Joseph Ogden 7-3 from Millikan University Wednesday afternoon. Brandenburg drove in 6 for the Trojans, drove in 6 of the 7 Trojans runs, finishing 4 for 4 with a pair of doubles. Caden Maurer and Mitch Williams each scored 2 runs. Williams was 2 for 4 with an RBI. Connor Kelly went 6 1/3 innings of 3-run ball. He permitted 7 hits, walked 3, and struck out 1. The Trojans are 24-4 overall. They go for a sectional championship Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock against Monticello from Millikan University. Lincoln scored 5 runs in the first inning and cruised to a 10-0 5-inning run rule win over Urbana in Class 3A regional semifinal play in Lincoln Wednesday. Jarrett Evers hit a solo home run and scored 3 runs for the Rail Splitters. Colby Glenn drove in 2, finishing 1 for 2 and scored a run. Brandon Worth was 2 for 3 with a triple, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Carson Komnick finished 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs. Carson Featon went 5 shutout innings for Lincoln, tallying 3 strikeouts to 1 walk and permitted 2 hits. Featon and Trey Schilling added hits. For the Rail Splitters, Lincoln goes to 23-10 overall. They will go for a regional championship Saturday in Lincoln. Ethan Eberly struck out 12 in 7 complete innings, leading Normal Community to a 4-2 win over Moline in Class 4A regional semifinal play Wednesday in Normal. The Louisville commit allowed 2 unearned runs with just a walk and allowed 2 hits. Dexter Niekamp was 3 for 3 with a double and scored a run. Kyle Beatty, Caleb Hackman, Ryan Teeley, and Luke Drangwitz drove in runs for the Ironmen. Owen Cavanaugh was 2 for 3. Beatty was 2 for 3 with a walk at the top of the order for Normal. The Ironmen are 32-3 overall, and they will go for a regional championship on Saturday in Normal. Class 1A sectional semifinal scores from Wednesday. GCMS downed Arcola 8-5. It was Altamont over Okaw Valley 11-2. Delavan took down Bluffs 6-4. Class 2A sectional semifinal action from Wednesday. Peoria Notre Dame down Spring Valley Hall in 6 innings, 4-1. It was Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin over Auburn, 11-2. Class 3A regional semifinal action from Wednesday. Chatham-Glenwood blanked Decatur-MacArthur 10-0. Mount Zion beat Springfield High 1-0. Elsewhere, Dunlap topped Peoria-Richwoods 6-3. It was East Peoria over Galesburg 10-0. Jacksonville topped Springfield Southeast 4-3. Rochester blanked Taylorville 6-0. Lincoln, as mentioned, got by Urbana 10-0. Mahomet Seymour took care of Danville 6-2. Washington beat Limestone 7-2. It was Morton over Metamora in 11 innings 4-3. Class 2A sectional softball semifinal action from Wednesday. From the Monticello sectional, Normal U-High blanked Marshall 9-0. From the Williamsville sectional, it was Olympia outlasting Quincy Notre Dame 9-6. Class 3A regional play from Wednesday. From the Bloomington regional, Lincoln down Morton 7-6. Elsewhere in Class 3A, it was Ottawa over Plano 9-1. Champaign Central topped Mahomet Seymour 12-2. Class 3A regional baseball action on this Thursday. From the Lincoln Regional, Champaign Central takes on Champaign Centennial this afternoon at 4:30. From the Mahomet Seymour Regional, Bloomington battles Rantoul tonight at 7. Class 4A boys regional baseball on this Thursday. From the Normal Community Regional, Normal West takes on Rock Island this afternoon at 4:30. Top-seeded Illinois dropped its first game of the 2024 Big Ten tournament baseball tournament to 8th-seeded Penn State 8-4 Wednesday from Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, Nebraska. Penn State pushed a run across in the first and added 2 more in the fourth to go up 3-0. Illinois got on the board in the home half of the fifth on a Cam Janik sac fly. The Nittany Lions got 2 more runs back in the sixth, but the Illini got one back of their own in the frame on a Brody Harding infield single that scored Ryan Moorman. The Illini continued to chip away into the 7th inning when Vitas Valenzuela drove in a run on a fielder's choice, cutting the deficit to 5-3. Penn State broke the game open in the 8th, scoring 3 times to go up 8-3. Illinois added for the 4th straight game through Colton Quagliano's RBI double, but were held to just 1 run. Quagliano finished 3 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Drake Westcott was 2 for 3 with 2 walks, and Harding was 2 for 4. Janik and Valenzuela each added an RBI. Jack Crowder started and took the loss on the mound for Illinois. He allowed 3 runs on 7 hits in 5 innings of work, striking out 5. Corey Bunselmeyer worked a scoreless 9th, picking up a strikeout. Illinois will be back in action tomorrow morning, this morning, facing Iowa at 10 a.m. Illinois State was topped 17-6 by Evansville in the first game of day 2 of the 2024 Missouri Valley Conference Tournament at Charles H. Braun Stadium. The Redbirds will face the winner of Missouri State today in an elimination game. Noah Rabin had 3 hits. Shadon Kubo had 3 hits as well. The Redbirds generated 13 hits as a team. And again, Illinois State plays this morning at 9 o'clock against Belmont. In a game heard on WHOW, Bo Bichette had homered and had 3 RBIs. Dalton Varsho reached base 3 times and drove in a pair as the Blue Jays used a 7-run second inning to beat the Chicago White Sox on Wednesday.
On Wednesday night, 9-2 the final. Sox are now 15-36 on the season. A rough start for Nick Nastrini, though he is back up with the big club for the foreseeable future. He went 3 1/3 and gave up 8 earned. Tommy Pham got into one, his 3rd home run as a White Sox in a 2 for 4 night.
Pitch hit hard and high and deep right center, and it's gone. And Tommy needed that. He had a rough start to this series, but he's got a home run number 3, and the shutout has been broken.
Sox will get the Orioles starting Thursday evening. That's a 4-game series. Mike Clevenger starts the ball game for the White Sox on Thursday night. It'll be a 6:40 first pitch and a 6 o'clock pregame show, all here on the Hard Rock Casino White Sox Network.
And you can hear tonight's action right here on WHOW. Get the latest in sports anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Breathing problems can affect every aspect of your life. Breathe easier with Gibson Area Hospital Pulmonology Clinic and Dr. Ismail Bobat, now providing pulmonology health services to DeWitt County at Warner Hospital in Clinton. Dr. Bobat is an expert at identifying and treating pulmonology health conditions. Get the right diagnosis and treatment for your breathing problem with an experienced pulmonologist. For healthier breathing, book an appointment in Clinton today. Call 217-784-2212.